from the station working for you. This is an RTV6 special report.
Good evening to you. I'm Mark Mullins, bringing you the news from my home as RTV6 practices social distancing to stop the spread of COVID-19.
And I'm Amanda Starantino in the RTV6 studio. We start tonight with the latest on the toll the coronavirus outbreak is taking on Hoosiers. 35 COVID-19 related deaths are now reported in Indiana. There are more than 1,700 cases. More than 11,000 people have been tested for the virus.
We are still weeks away from Indiana's projected peak of coronavirus cases, and for the first time today, Governor Holcomb is explaining how the state hospitals will handle that surge. RTV6's Cameron Riddle is breaking down the numbers and the plan.
As I have said all along, our positive cases and sadly fatalities continue to increase. And we anticipate they will over the course of time.
In an effort to fight back, the governor has signed an executive order allowing retired medical professionals, certain medical students, and recent graduates to practice medicine and treat coronavirus patients.
As of this morning, we have received over 5,300 clinicians who have volunteered, stepped up, and stepped forward to provide what we expect will be much needed relief.
The governor's executive order also increases workspace and resources. By Monday, Indiana will have nearly 2,000 critical care beds. The state's goal is to double that number if needed by converting every recovery, operating, and outpatient room to care for coronavirus patients. The state will make that possible by canceling all elective surgeries, and if those resources are gone, the state has a backup plan.
As needed, our state health commissioner, Dr. Box, will direct that recently closed facilities, such as a hospital in Michigan City, a hospital in St. Joseph County, be opened. And the state will use new rehabilitation facilities in places such as Clark County and St. Joe County to serve as step-down beds for non-critically ill patients.
Indiana hospitals have counted 1,177 ventilators as of March 1st. They also say another 750 could also be brought in if needed. The governor says we have come to a point where we must prepare for what's coming.
I'm pleading on a daily basis that this is not a game. This is serious. You may feel like you're Superman, but I guarantee you, you're not.
In Indianapolis, Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
Thank you, Cameron. And the Indianapolis Fire Department says 9 of its firefighters have tested positive for COVID-19 and are under quarantine right now. IFD says the 9 firefighters did not all work out of the same fire station and make up a small fraction of the department's 1,200 firefighters. Other members of IFD who might have been in contact with those firefighters are taking advantage of free coronavirus testing offered by Eli Lilly for first responders. IFD says the infected firefighters have followed all protocols when it comes to testing and notifying the department.
A local nonprofit is working quickly to get a high-risk group some extra help. The Damien Center is dedicated to helping people with HIV, and some of the people they connect with are also experiencing homelessness. After a man staying at Wheeler Mission in downtown Indianapolis tested positive for COVID-19, the Damien Center started moving people with HIV from shelters to hotels. RTV6's Cornelius Hawker shows you why the Damien Center worker, one of them, hopes that this outbreak will change the way homelessness is addressed in Indianapolis.
Having 3,000 people who are unsheltered that are putting their lives at risk every day should always bother someone.
Tyne Parlett says not addressing homelessness in overcrowded shelters has set up a potentially deadly situation during the coronavirus pandemic.
The thought that people were totally fine with people sleeping 1 to 2 feet away from somebody, 400 at a time, being served meals and thinking like that's just what Wheeler Mission does, that's what Good News does. Well, that's not okay.
The Damien Center focuses their work on people living with HIV. Tyne tells me those who are homeless and also HIV positive are more than likely having trouble getting their medicine, which creates a whole host of other issues. So getting coronavirus for them would be even worse.
We knew it was paramount for us to act pretty quickly and pretty creatively about what we could do to get people with HIV out of these kinds of living situations and into places that would be safe for them.
Tyne is hopeful this difficult time for everyone will make an actual impact on ending homelessness once things get back to normal.
Until we as a community see people as humans and recognize that this is something that's affecting us and touching us every day, even when we can't see it, we aren't going to end homelessness.
Working for you, Cornelius Hawker, RTV6.
Well, in 4 days, the Damien Center has moved 31 people out of shelters and into hotels where they'll stay for the next 30 days at least. If you or someone you know needs help from the Damien Center, you can find contact information at theindychannel.com under this story. Last week, the Indiana Family and Social Services Administration announced it is in the process of setting up a medical facility to treat people experiencing homelessness who test positive for COVID-19. The location has not been revealed. Free emergency department beds will also be placed across the city for additional patients needing care.
It's almost April 1st, and for many people that means rent is due, but business closures, layoffs, and furloughs have some struggling to come up with the money. Nick Tulliver has been out of work for weeks because of the coronavirus. He's worried about being able to stay in his mobile home. To make the situation even more stressful, his wife is pregnant.
We have one paycheck left, which we could pay our bills for this month, but it's the following. It's not getting any better. I have family that lives in here, but I also have friends, too, that are going through the same thing, that are legit barely feeding their families because of what's going on.
Many of you are in the same situation and are concerned about making the rent, even though Governor Holcomb has issued an executive order freezing all eviction activities during this crisis. Working for you, RTV6 asked an attorney for advice.
Tenants are very afraid right now, and for good reason. I mean, again, we've never seen anything like this. What I'm advising tenants to do is to just behave as normal. My expectation is that the judges and even the plaintiffs, being the landlords, are going to have some level of sympathy.
Attorney Troy Tyson also suggests trying to negotiate with your landlord. He says many of them do not want to go through the eviction process either. The governor's order makes it clear tenants are expected to continue paying their rent during the eviction moratorium.
The COVID-19 pandemic has many people thinking about making sure their families are taken care of if they die, and they're drawing up wills now. It might seem a bit morbid, but attorneys say it's not a bad idea to start preparing for the future, coronavirus or not. Rebecca Geyer is an estate planning and elder law attorney with a practice in Carmel. Her office is being flooded with inquiries in light of the outbreak. Many just want to make sure their wills and power of attorney documents are in order.
Regardless of whether there's a pandemic, we never know when something might happen. You could be hit by a car coming home from work, or unfortunately develop an illness when you least expect it, and you need to make sure that people have the ability to act for you, both in the event of an incapacity or if you were to pass away.
You can plan a will while social distancing as well. Gather your documents and research from home, and most attorneys can finalize documents via email or phone. You can even get something notarized remotely. It's also a good idea to log into your retirement accounts and life insurance policies and make sure your beneficiaries are up to date.
Wayne Township Schools is making some changes to slow the spread of coronavirus while making sure students and their families have enough to eat. The district has been providing thousands of meals per week with distribution sites at 3 different schools. Today, for the first time, the process ran a little differently. Parents drive up and open their trunk. They show by using their fingers how many children they have without rolling down their windows. Employees get the food together and put it in the trunk.
One of our missions is to make sure that we continue to provide service to our children. We want to make sure we do so in a way that also protects our employees from this pandemic.
Superintendent Dr. Jeffrey Butts says he knew he had to make changes to food distribution when the U.S. Surgeon General listed Indianapolis as a potential emerging hotspot for new COVID-19 cases. Wayne Township will reevaluate this new distribution system at the end of the week and determine if any additional changes are needed.
As countries around the world enforce new lockdowns, there was a glimmer of hope from the original epicenter of the coronavirus outbreak. But first, ABC's Ramina Puga shows you why health officials say there is still a lot of work to be done in the U.S. as the spread continues.
In the U.S., President Trump reversing an earlier plan to reopen the country by Easter, now extending social distancing guidelines to April 30th.
Every one of us has a role to play in winning this war. This is our shared patriotic duty. Challenging times are ahead for the next 30 days.
And when asked about the cyclical nature of the virus, Dr. Anthony Fauci saying Monday our ability to test and trace contact will be orders of magnitude better if the virus returns in the fall.
What we're going through now is going to be more than just lessons learned. It's going to be things that we have available to us that we did not have before.
In New York City, the epicenter of the U.S. outbreak, a field hospital for COVID-19 patients has been set up in Central Park, while the U.S. Navy hospital ship Comfort pulled into port. There to ease the burden of already stressed hospitals, plans are to treat coronavirus-free patients.
To me, we're beyond staggering already.
Health experts warning the potential U.S. death toll in the coming weeks could soar as high as 100 to 200,000. And as the coronavirus spreads across the nation, for the first time since Hurricane Katrina, the New Orleans Convention Center has been transformed to deal with the spiking cases.
We didn't sign up for this.
Healthcare workers continue to struggle to help their patients, families unable to visit their loved ones in the ICU.
I just came from a patient's room. He's actively dying, and it was just so heartbreaking.
Internationally, the UK testing a new breathing aid developed in part by the Mercedes Formula One team.
I sincerely think it may actually save many lives by preventing patients from needing to go onto a ventilator.
New data showing Italy's still struggling. Roughly 1 out of every 7 reported cases in the world is there. And some good news from Wuhan, the original epicenter of the worldwide pandemic, reopening its storefronts today. Although customers were scarce after government restrictions kept tens of millions of people home for 2 months. Romina Puga, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Hiring Hoosiers is connecting companies with people who need jobs. Coming up here on RTV6, new opportunities that are available now in Central Indiana.
And a nationwide restaurant chain based in Indianapolis is still serving up steak burgers and milkshakes. And discounts are being offered to those who are on the front lines of this pandemic.
I'll unveil 3 changes for tomorrow. We'll look into early April as far as the temperature pattern and talk about our current dry stretch coming up.
Mix and match 2 for $5.
Feed your
happy. From the station working for you, this is an RTV6 special report.
RTV6's Hiring Hoosiers is dedicated to bringing you all the latest updates when it comes to the changes and closures that impact Indiana's workforce as the coronavirus outbreak continues. Today, Macy's announced it will furlough more than half of its 125,000 workers across the country. The company says the outbreak wiped out much of its sales and forced it to close all of its 775 stores. Macy's plans to gradually rehire furloughed workers when business returns to normal. And those employees will be covered with the company's health care at least through May.
Hiring Hoosiers is also connecting you with companies that are looking for help right now, and one of them is an online pet product retailer called Chewy.com. Chewy wants to fill 640 new positions before the end of April. The company is offering virtual interviews in addition to walk-in hiring events at their Clayton Fulfillment Center in Hendricks County. The walk-in hiring opportunities are Monday through Friday from 9 to 6 and Saturdays from 10 to 2. Full and part-time positions are available for you. Hoosiers are hungry for opportunities. Since our story ran Friday about an indie company called Bell Technologics, the company has received about 500 applications. Bell Technologics specializes in serving clients in field services, working remotely. The company is looking for those laid off, especially in the service industry, to put their people skills to good use as customer service support. And the COVID-19 outbreak is also creating job opportunities in Hamilton County for the primary election that has been pushed to June. Many poll workers are older and fall into the high-risk category when it comes to the coronavirus. The Hamilton County Clerk is encouraging teenagers and teachers who will be out of school by the June 2nd primary to apply. At least 100 workers are needed and possibly more if the Election Commission decides to make the entire election vote by mail. And if you're interested in these opportunities or any other companies that are hiring right now, we have all the details for you at hiringhoosiers.com.
The city of Indianapolis is getting some help when it comes to keeping small local businesses open and Indy Hoosiers employed. Today, Mayor Joe Hogsett and the Indy Chamber announced more than $3 million has been donated toward their $10 million goal for a small business support loan fund. Local businesses, especially restaurants, bars, and entertainment venues, will be able to apply for loans between $1,000 and $25,000.
These businesses employ tens of thousands of residents and help attract the city's 30 million annual visitors. A timely infusion of working capital can help ensure these employers stay solvent during the crisis.
The fund includes donations from Anthem and the Indianapolis Local Public Improvement Board. Mayor Hogsett and the Indy Chamber are calling on other businesses and financial institutions to help the city reach its $10 million goal.
We're Open Indy is shining a light on local restaurants that are up and running during the coronavirus pandemic. One popular chain continues serving up its famous steak burgers, and they're staying connected to their communities. RTV6's Brad Brown has a closer look tonight.
For more than 85 years, Steak 'n Shake has been a go-to option for diners looking for that famous taste of a classic burger and fries. Now, Steak 'n Shake is being a to-go option, with dining rooms shut down all over the state.
Drive-through is very constant for us. We're drive-through, carry-out, delivery. That's always been a constant for us. So it hasn't been a huge change, to be honest. Obviously, we've shut our dining room down, so the face-to-face interaction has gone away. But the drive-through, it's always been constant for us.
With their corporate headquarters in downtown Indianapolis and more than a dozen locations in the area, Steak 'n Shake keeps close ties to central Indiana.
Since this happened, we've had great support in the community. We've been out, as you saw, we have Sizzle and Shaker out there with the community. We've been around to the local businesses, handing out coupons for free shakes. I think we'd like to rally around the community.
And now they're offering essential deals, giving 20% off to anyone working on the front lines of the COVID-19 battle. Medical staff, first responders, delivery drivers, and more.
It's great. I mean, it's an honor to be able to be here for the community, salute the people that are doing, what needs to be done here, and us being able to be here for them.
A little taste of comfort, a little nostalgia, and hopefully soon a seat in one of those cozy booths. Working for you, Brad Brown, RTV6.
Thanks, Brad. Appreciate it. Most Steak 'n Shake restaurants in our area will remain open. And while they're usually going 24 hours, currently each location has different times for service. You can find those hours online. You can find a growing list of restaurants and other businesses that are still open to serve you on our website, theindychannel.com.
Well, now to the forecast. You can see from our traffic camera, no rain on the roads. Kevin, a dry day was rare this month.
It's nice to have a dry day, and I mentioned a dry stretch. We've got several dry days in a row, mainly. We could have a few sprinkles tomorrow, but no big rain events. That's what I'm getting at. 42 in Kokomo. That's current temperature. 51 in Bloomington. It will be 15 degrees cooler tomorrow. You'll need the heavy jacket because temperatures will not leave the 40s for the afternoon high, and we'll have lots of cloud cover. I know some to the north did not have as much sunshine today. It was nice to see that sun through a good part of the day in central and southern Indiana. Dry and cool in the morning. Temperatures, they'll be in the 30s and slow to climb. Late morning temperature at 39. Afternoon high temperatures struggle into the low 40s in most locations. Remember, as you look at these predicted highs, average high temperature is 56 this time of year. One thing that will help, the winds will not be nearly as strong. We had a 52-mile-per-hour gust yesterday, 39-mile-per-hour gust today. Everything should remain under 20 miles per hour. As we get into early April, indications are temperatures go well above average. Our dry stretch of days will last into the weekend, and then I think we'll have that chance for showers Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures tomorrow all in the 40s for highs. There's your cloud cover in the morning, and I showed this in the afternoon. You'll see just a few green specks, 1 to 7. Those are some spotty showers as the cool air filters into the state. The wind, noticeably cool, but not nearly as strong. 10 to 15 miles per hour through the day. You're good to mow. On Thursday, temperatures will start to warm back up and we dry out enough. I know the yard's probably pretty soggy after our weekend storms, but the ground will gradually dry out. Temperatures all in the low 50s by the time we get to Wednesday afternoon. Some spots into the mid 50s as you get to the south. Thursday, warmer. close to the 60-degree mark. That mixture of clouds and sunshine will bring in a chance for some showers Friday. That will continue as we go to Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures right around 60 degrees, chance for rain at 30%, but we're not expecting any heavy rain. Looks like it would be a half an inch or less. 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, definitely the coolest day of the 7-day forecast. Progressively warmer Wednesday, Thursday. We peak Friday. The chance of rain between now and Friday is very small, and even over the weekend that chance for showers is there, but again, it should not be heavy rain.
Thanks, Kevin. Good to see you. Grocery stores are one of the few essential businesses that are still allowed to open to the public, but that does not mean you can let your guard down when it comes to avoiding the coronavirus. Just ahead here, the simple steps you can take to protect yourself.
Stream it live on CourtTV.com. From the station working for you, this is an RTV6 special report.
Under Indiana's stay-at-home order, going shopping for groceries is allowed. Many grocery chains have put in temporary measures to protect employees and customers from germs. Tonight, our Scripps Newsy partners are taking a look at some of the extra precautions you should consider to prevent the spread of coronavirus while you're picking up essential supplies.
The grocery store may be the one place you're still going outside the home.
Just eggs, some bread, some condensed milk.
The Center for Food Safety says shopping still has risk, but you can lower your chance of infection.
For the most part, the stuff in the grocery store itself should be safe. You do want to avoid crowding around other people.
This Whole Foods put down tape to keep people socially distant in line.
A good practice now is to wear gloves. Choose things that are going to require cooking, like all microbes. This one doesn't survive past about 165 degrees.
Shop in stores taking precautions like wiping down credit card machines, carts, and shelves. Give workers space.
It's more of a risk for these essential personnel than it is for you. So if you've got a cough, just don't even go to the store.
Some retailers are reserving the first part of the day for seniors and other immune-compromised people to protect the most vulnerable shoppers. Pick up only what you want, assume others have touched products, and think about wiping down boxes you buy. If going to the store doesn't seem worth the risk, consider food delivery. Patrick Terpstra, Newsy, Washington.
New at 11, a big development for some college athletes. Today, the NCAA announced spring sport Division I athletes who had their seasons cut short by the COVID-19 pandemic will be granted an extra year of eligibility. That includes baseball, softball, and lacrosse. The ruling does not guarantee financial aid. The association declined to extend eligibility for student athletes in sports where all or most of their regular seasons were completed, sports like basketball. Many high school seniors may also lose their final year of competing in sports they love.
Hey, we're saluting seniors this spring who have found their last season possibly canceled because of COVID-19. And tonight we head to Center Grove High School. An RTV6 senior salute to pole vaulter Taylor Jarasinski. She returns as the one to beat in the state after finishing third in the state meet a year ago. The former gymnast helping the Trojans literally reach new heights with the track program. We'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to nominate a spring sport athlete, email me at dave.first@WRTV.com.
Get rallies delivered.
Coolest day of the week, as I mentioned, tomorrow, 45 your Tuesday high, low 50s Wednesday, close to 60 on Thursday. So slowly warming back up. Mark?
Slowly warming back up. All right, Kevin, thank you. And thank you for making RTV6 News your choice tonight. Nightline is up next for Amanda Starantino. We hope you have a great night. Good night.